5:40 in the morning, a 911 call from someone posing as Axel Melendez reporting an active shooting. Pima County Sheriff's deputies arrived at the Melendez house, thinking a girl had been shot. In this body camera video from that response, a deputy breaks a back window into Axel's room. You can hear Melendez in the video screaming for help. His mother also inside the home calling 911, the two not knowing who was breaking in.
You know, channels like this one, the civil rights lawyer, audit the audit, lackluster, and several other channels would not exist if the police interactions of this country did not happen. They are the reason auditors, cop watchers, channels that cover cop watchers and auditors exist. Because just when you thought you've seen everything, there's a new day and there's a new incident. And this is happening every day. This is one of the most disturbing incidents that I've covered. Let's check this out.
A notice of claim, and in Arizona, you have to file this notice and give the department 60 days to respond before filing that lawsuit. Now, this all stems, though, from a fake 911 call known as swatting. Now, this 24-year-old's life has changed forever. His attorney and a retired FBI agent saying this was all preventable. You're told from a young age,
believing in the system. We want to be able to go to them for protection.
If you're in trouble,
911, what's the emergency, please?
Call the police. And that's what 24-year-old Axel Melendez did on April 8th.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Axel is a video gamer. He had been hacked.
Melendez's attorney, Dave Sethi, says Axel called 911 saying he could soon be a victim of swatting.
Now, I want to make this perfectly clear because I know a lot of people will say, well, never call 911. Well, this kid wasn't calling 911 to have police show up at his home. He was telling them that someone else was going to call 911 so the police would not show up at his home. But here's my problem with this. If someone's calling ahead of time, telling you that there was a threat, that someone's going to make a fake 911 call concerning myself, then there should have been some type of record, some notes kept, should have been passed around in shift change, you know, within a patrol room. So if this call does come out, we know that we need to not ignore it, but address it with a level of caution and knowing that it may not be true. Why that did not happen is beyond me.
Blackmailed by a stranger overseas for money.
They're saying that they're going to call like the station and say that I have a bomb and stuff and come to my address and stuff like that.
The police tell him, don't worry about it.
No, it's okay, but they can't, like, nothing's going to happen.
And 2 days later...
Hey, is this Axel?
Yes.
Hi, okay, you said that your father shot your sister?
At 5:40 in the morning, a 911 call from someone posing as Axel Melendez reporting an active shooting. Pima County Sheriff's deputies arrived at the Melendez house, thinking a girl had been shot.
So again, no report on, hey, this is the address of the young man who called yesterday or the day before yesterday stating that someone was going to call and make a false report over the phone stating that I did something. No one did this. No notes, dispatchers, nothing. No one took the time to think about that. What's even worse, even if this was a real call, why would you do what you're about to see these deputies do here in a second? It doesn't make sense to me.
Axel is justifiably relying on the promises that the police gave to him.
In this body camera video from that response, a deputy breaks a back window into Axel's room. You can hear Melendez in the video screaming for help. His mother also inside the home calling 911, the two not knowing who was breaking in.
And he gets his family's legal registered handgun and he cowers behind a door, hiding.
You can see Melendez hiding in the closet, not pointing the gun at the deputies, but that's followed by multiple shots.
So you see the one deputy, Deputy Andreas Vasquez, he's knocking, like just breaking the window with a shovel. And if this is a real call, and it's an active shooter inside of the residence, you breaking the window with a shovel is not. I don't know what he was trying to do. Like, are you trying to sneak up on the active shooter? Like, there's so many questions that I could ask right now. It's really ridiculous. And then when you see the young man inside of the residence, even though, yeah, he may have had a gun, I can't really make out the gun inside of the freeze frame that the news clip gave us, but they could make it out, and they stated that he was not aiming the gun at the police officers or the sheriff deputies. So how do you know as a deputy that this isn't someone actually coming to the rescue, trying to defend themselves or a third party within the residence from the active shooter? Do you stop to think about this? The gun's not aimed at you. No, you don't. You just shoot the guy. He's not doing anything. You just shoot him. He was running and screaming, and you just shoot him after breaking out his back window. I don't understand why they went to the back window and just started breaking the window out. Like, that was your approach. That just screams lack of training from, A to Z. And we already know there's lack of training from A to Z inside of academies, but this is just piss poor. This is crazy.
In this body camera video from that response, a deputy breaks a back window into Axel's room. You can hear Melendez in the video screaming for help. His mother also inside the home calling 911, the two not knowing who was breaking in.
And he gets his family's legal registered handgun, and he cowers behind a door, hiding.
You can see Melendez hiding in the closet, not pointing the gun at the deputies, but that's followed by multiple shots.
I walked towards my son. He was on the floor. I walked towards him. He said, "I love you, Mom."
His mother, Carmen, watched as her son bled on the floor.
Axel did everything right. Less than 2 days later, they show up and betray every promise they made to him.
The bullet struck various parts of Melendez's body, leaving him paralyzed from the chest down with a T4 spinal cord injury, unable to walk.
At the end of the day, the ultimate responsibility is by the criminal who swatted the victim. But law enforcement has to rise to the call and look at crime is changing.
John Iannarelli, a retired FBI special agent, says from the current information, there was a misstep. And as swatting calls become more and more frequent, responding law enforcement needs to take the minute to think before reacting and to check to see if this is a known swatting target. A life lesson you learn from a young age.
We tell our kids, find the helpers in your community.
Melendez now regrets putting to use.
I'll be honest, I had to get this out of my system before I covered this video. Yeah, I just had to push it all out. This one really pissed me off, as most of them do. But this one definitely was, I don't know. Here's what the FBI defines swatting as. It's the malicious act of falsely reporting an emergency to send law enforcement and emergency responders to the location of an innocent person, creating chaos and potentially resulting in violence. The saddest part about that is, again, this kid actually called ahead and warned the department that this was going to happen, and 2 days later, he's paralyzed from the chest down. There's a lawsuit that's been filed by the family. There have been different reports on, one report says $360 million lawsuit. There's a report that stated it was $320 million. And then from what I can see right now, it was filed at $176 million. But one of the worst parts about this, all of this is horrible. This isn't the first time nor the second time. It's actually the third time this department has either held someone at gunpoint shot someone or made an arrest based on a swatting call. Arresting, shooting, and holding the wrong people at gunpoint. They have a history of this. So you may say, well, for all you guys who just, just want to support the police, and you may say, well, how can they know? If they got a call that there's an active shooter, they did their job. No, they did not do their job. I'm beating a dead horse here. If I call ahead and I tell you that someone is going to call you guys and report that I did something that I did not do, there should have been some notes taken, especially if we've lost lawsuits before on the same exact thing. Why would we not do it better this time around? This is the third time. These cops are idiots. This entire department, these deputies, idiots. The dispatchers, idiots. This kid's paralyzed from his chest down, and no matter how much money he gets, it's not going to make him walk again. And yeah, policing in America, this is what we're living with. Protect yourself. Be safe. We the people, you, signing off.